I'm not late? Yeah, I'm late, actually. I am, actually. I am. Yeah, you got me there. Hi, Morion. Alright, so here's my tier list, okay? A little bit of ground rules for my games played in 2022 tier list, okay? Let me bring up my rules. It's games that I've beaten for the first time in 2022, or first time playing a game in a very long time, like a decade or whatever, something like that. Major DLCs or major game updates count as a new game as well if I so wanted to. And also some games I haven't put on here that I technically played in 2022 that I haven't really done because of gameplay time, so I don't think I can like properly rate it. Which is why I didn't put Mario Party Superstars on last year's list, because I only played it like twice. Anyways, those are the rules. You can beat Fall Guys. Okay, it's either beaten or have enough play time to accurately rate. Okay, that's what I meant. All these games are F tier. I don't have an F tier. And speaking of my tier list, let's go through my tier list. We have the Centennial S tier, the It's a Me at A tier, the Blue Eyes B Dragon tier. Oh, Blue Eyes Dragon B tier, I mean. The Hunter the Cheetah C tier, and the Dialga D tier. Yes, Kirby OST, you know it. There's no F tier because none of these games are F tier to begin with, and not only that, but you have to play like an extremely bad game to like make it an F tier. Also saying that, I think, wait, I need to check something. Pause the music just for a second. I think I put games in the F tier last year, and honestly, I don't think they deserved F tier. Like, I think I put Garfield Kart and Kingdom Hearts 1 in F tier. That's not correct. They both go in D tier, to be honest. Some games I did not put on this list that I probably could have. Peglin. It's early access, and there's still, like, a lot of content coming to the game, so I decided, nah, it's not really ready for it to be, like, rated. But it's pretty great. I'll probably put it like the high B tier if I did. Shotgun Cane, really cool game. Haven't played that much. Probably B somewhere as well. Revita, it's an awesome game. I've not played much of it. I watched a lot of content of it, but I haven't played that much of it. Probably high A tier if I had to put that there. Pokemon Unite, I was gonna put it on the list again because it had a major update, but I decided, whatever. Instead, I'm going to retroactively make it a C tier, D tier to C tier from 2021. And then Golf Game. I only played this game one time. It was the last game I played with Pax before he died. In game. It was pretty fun. Unless you ask Mordion about it. I'll probably put it in high B tier. We should play GLF. We should play golf. Which golf? Which golf should we play though? There's like 5,000 golf games. Nintendo Switch Sports Golf? Oh, the one you rated Golf Game? I thought you hated Golf Game though. I hate all golf games. Okay, fair enough. Alright, and with that out of the way, let's start the rating. Okay, I've not thought about like most of any of these games, so all of these are gonna be like fresh opinions. Alright, first off, we have Portal 2 co-op. I couldn't find a picture for just co-op, but just this is co-op, okay? I played this with PAX for the first time. Well, technically not the first time ever, but the first time ever making it past 3 test chambers. I gotta say, the two people puzzles are really whack. Like, it took me a while to like kind of get the flow of them. You can watch the VOD on that if you You know what I'm saying? I'm mad you gifted me oh, I did gift you a golf game. That's true. But it's single player and it's supposed to be funny and stuff, you know. But this co-op mode was really good. I really enjoyed it. A lot of creativity. Also funny enough, I also watched a video recently about like behind the scenes of making of the co-op mode, and it's like really interesting. I should probably link it somewhere so people can watch it too. I totally forgot what it was called and who it was by. I think it just popped up on my recommendation screen one time. We haven't done the extra levels from Portal 2. Yeah, Portal 2 is a treasure. Anyways, I think this is definitely a high A tier. I don't think it deserves the Centennial S tier, but It's a Me A tier is definitely where it should go. Very well made, just as good as the main game as well. I guess not as much story, but you know, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, Inscription. I did Inscription on YouTube, and it was a wild time. Yeah, I'm doing just the co-op mode. If it was like both modes or just the main story, it'll probably be S. But yeah, it's just It's a Me A tier. Alright. So, Inscription. It's basically everything I really love in like a non-trading card game. Fun mechanics. The wildest story you'll ever meet. The ending left me in shock. Plus Casey's mod, which makes Inscription into its own roguelike, is really fun as well. I still gotta beat it, but I love it so much. Wow, it's really good. But do I want it A tier or S tier? I don't know. Something's telling me just to put it. It's probably gonna be one of the highest A tiers, I think. I don't know. If I feel like it deserves S tier, I think I can move it later. But I think I'm just gonna put it in A tier for right now. Also, one thing, when I make tier lists, I like to have it like a bell curve. So like, you know, you kind of like go, whoop, you know, kind of like a bell shaped. However, when I'm doing these sort of like tier lists, like ranking games I've played, they're not going to be a bell curve. Because here's the thing, the bell curve only exists when there's like, okay, so let's say I'm doing a tier list on like cereal, okay? Or, yeah, cereal, and there's like 50 cereals, okay? That's a pretty good amount of cereal, where I'm gonna have like favorites and least favorites, and most of them are gonna be like okay. But when I'm doing these tier lists, I'm ranking these games against every single video game. And I played a lot of really great video games this year, so this is not gonna be a bell curve, unfortunately. Just, you know, doorknobs. I should do that doorknob tier list someday. So as much as I would like to do a bell curve, it's just not, it will be dishonest, I guess, if that makes sense. Mario Party Superstars. Probably could have put this in the 2021 tier list, but didn't. I wanted to do some like other modes besides the party boards, and didn't really do that. So oops. I don't know, we can say it's a Mario Party. I don't know. You know, honestly, I was thinking, If they would have added more content, I would have put this in A tier, but they didn't. I mean, it's still really good and probably the best Mario Party we've gotten in a long time, which is not saying much. Just put it in S, just evolve wins. Yes, S for Mordion. I don't know. They did not add more content, which I never expected them to do it, but I don't know. So I guess I'll just put it on B tier, and maybe hopefully they will someday add more content. They won't, but maybe we can still hope, right? All right, Kirby in the Forgotten Land, the OST that we're listening to right now. All right, wow, I love Kirby. Kirby is an absolutely amazing series, and for its first true 3D game, it was an absolute... Yeah, no, why am I even kidding? It's an S. Everyone knows it's an S. This is by far the best Kirby game since Planet Robobot, and I already think that Planet Robobot is a fantastic game. Forgotten Land did everything right. It did everything a Kirby game should be and more. I cannot say all the praises it gets. It absolutely deserves it. Oh man. So much I want to talk about it, but there's also so much spoilers. Also, it gave me the new phrase, and here we are, and here we are, and here we are. All right. But yeah, if you haven't played Forgotten Land, do it. Please. All right. You know what? Let's just do all the Pokemon next. What's Legends Arceus? Man, what a year for Pokemon. Jeez, I don't even know. It was definitely an experimental year for Pokemon. I feel like it's headed in an interesting direction. Will it go up from here? Who knows? I don't know. All right, let's start with Shining Pearl. So, Shining Pearl and Brilliant Diamond has gotten a lot of flack for being exactly Diamond and Pearl and nothing else. Glitches and all, bad mechanics and all. And to that, I say, yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't disagree with that. But it's still Diamond and Pearl, I guess, which is not nearly as good as Platinum. I don't know. I enjoyed it. The Cynthia fight at the end was actually really fun and difficult. And I actually lost to Cynthia, which was a surprise. But I don't know. I don't know. I actually never played Diamond and Pearl. I just skipped straight to Platinum. And I kind of forgot from what I've heard about Diamond and Pearl that it's just not as good as Platinum. Oh yeah, they definitely made Cynthia even more of a badass, even more of a boss girl. I don't know. I do like the few improvements that they did make. I don't know, but I think overall in the Pokemon game, I think I'll have to put in Hunter the Cheetah tier. And honestly, it could probably be low B. I don't know, low B, high C. I'm not one of the people who think it's bad, but they should have just done more Platinum. They really should have. Alright, then we got the two open world games, quote unquote open world, I guess. They're not neither of them are true open world. I guess, I don't know. Anyways, Arceus. Okay, let's start with Arceus first. Okay, so I think it's everyone pretty much knows that Legends Arceus was kind of like a test run for Violet and Scarlet and Violet. It's kind of obvious. That being said, I think Legends Arceus had some really great ideas. It was such a fresh new take on Pokemon. Best game since Sun and Moon? That's a hot take. I don't necessarily disagree with that though. being in the past was so cool. You got like a different atmosphere. You catch Pokemon differently. The story was pretty great. I got a new favorite villain from it. Yeah. Honestly, I really hope they did make more Legends game. Like, I know like everyone's been like screaming for like Legends, but like in the Kalos region for like the AZ story. Which, as much as I don't like Kalos region or Gen 6 specifically, I would be up for that. I would be up for that shit so hard. Still like it more than Scarlet? Huh, interesting. But it's really hard to like rank it because like, I don't know. Modern Pokemon games are like, they have their own problems. They're kind of lifeless and emotionless for like a lot part of the games. Animations can be a lot better. I don't know. I think, honestly, I think I artificially inflate a lot of Pokemon games ratings, especially nowadays. Gen 4 is really great though. I'm gonna what the why is the timer song in this OST? That is so funny. It really is so funny. Anyways, wow. Okay, well, here's the thing. I also don't know if I like Arceus better than Scarlet or Violet, though. Because I think they both do their own things. They both do their own things, I think. Okay, let me talk about Violet, okay? Then I'll decide where I'm gonna put these. So, Scarlet and Violet. There was a lot of hype. A lot of hype for Scarlet and Violet. Doof, they're the same game. I know, okay? There was a lot of hype for Scarlet and Violet. And also a lot of, like, I guess, fear as well. But I think they did a pretty good job with the games overall. I mean, after Sword and Shield, I expected nothing. I expected it to be just complete trash. So, seeing that it wasn't complete trash really raised their game just a little bit. I was really surprised. Hi, Smasher. Hope you feel less sick this time. Maybe, perhaps. Anyways, where was I? Yeah, I mean, the open world was not exciting whatsoever. I mean, there was kind of a couple of cool parts, but I don't know. There really wasn't a whole lot there. The three stories that all merged into one at the very end was like probably like was really great. The ending of Scarlet and Violet was absolutely fantastic. Like, we're talking about black and white levels of awesomeness, which is saying something. It should not be allowed to make an open world game like that in 3 years. Yeah, Game Freak needs to change their release policy. They need to slow down on making games. Here's what they think. Here's what I think they should do. Okay. They should at least wait 4 years for every new game now. And then maybe make like maybe one more spin-off as a side project. Or triple the amount of people working there. And there's already not a lot of people working there. So quadruple maybe? At least 5 so we get more spin-offs. Yeah, like more. Yeah, how about we get like a Pokemon Mystery Dungeon every like 2 years? Wouldn't that be great? Make that series last forever as well. Yeah, I don't know. Game Freak needs to do anything. I mean, but like, I don't know. It works for them because they still make money because idiots like us buy the Pokemon games no matter what. God. But yeah. The ending of Scarlet and Violet, like I said, was absolutely phenomenal. For a Pokemon game. I cried a little bit as well. Oh yeah, we don't want to even talk about the money they make from merch too. That part's insane too. I don't know how to rate these because both of them have like really great things going for them, and there's also like kind of like a lot of negatives as well. Also, I don't care about the glitches on either one of these games because, one, I've never encountered them, and two, people just think there's a lot of glitches because there's like 20 million people playing it all at one time, so of course you're gonna see glitches. Because social media spreads negativity like wildfire. Definitely not a hater of either one of them though. I mean, I've seen less glitches in Violet and Arceus combined than I've done in like just like 50 hours of Skyrim. So, I mean, that's saying something, I feel like. All right. I'm gonna. I think I can put these both in A tier. A for effort this time. Skyrim gets free pass because it's a big boy game? Since when? I like how everyone is so easy to like forgive Cyberpunk after it got rushed with like the worst buggy messes of all time, and then they fixed it and it's like, oh, okay, Cyberpunk is great now. Like, you guys, I guess I do the same thing for Nintendo games sometimes. I guess I'm no better, but like, at least I acknowledge that I'm a hypocrite. I don't know. I think I have to put Arceus at least a little bit more than Violet, just because I love the creativity in Arceus more, and also I love the new villain as well. But yeah, I think that's gonna be my tentative list. At the very end, I'm gonna go through all the games and make sure everything is correct as well. Man, it's so hard to rank these. Tunic. Okay. Why am I putting the whole position? We know I'm putting Tunic in the S tier. It's all I can talk about all year long. It's a cute little Fox Link's Awakening type feeling game that is actually a Dark Souls game. Now, I didn't know it was a Dark Souls game when I played it. I had no idea. Because I don't think it ever said it in like the trailers I've seen of it. And I didn't like look at any like the tags of the genres. So I was in for a huge shock. And I never played a Dark Souls game before, unless you count Hollow Knight, which I don't think people do anyways, even though it has that like ectoplasma death mechanic, but I don't think that makes it a Dark Souls by itself. The Dark Souls game by itself. But yeah, Tunic is absolutely amazing. It should have been a nomination from Game of the Year, but people are cowards. Still mad about that. Not really, but I'm gonna pretend that I am. I don't know. It's really hard to talk about Tunic without like spoiling much, even though there's really not really a whole lot of story. But it really gives you the feeling of like playing a game in the 90s or maybe even early 2000s. You just have the entire game and the game kind of actually encourages you to not look things up even though things are vague because of the interesting way they give you clues. And I feel like that game design is super cool. So I hope, you know, sometime in the future we get another game like Tunic, because I enjoyed it a lot. It was such a fresh breath of air. Because of how unique it was. Totally recommend it. 10 out of 10 easily. Chrono Cross. Oh boy. So this is my big YouTube project of the year. That's not gonna get done until February 1st, I believe. Q-Duck, get in here! You're so behind my Let's Play. It's okay. It's not gonna get done until February 1st anyways. Or is it February 3rd? I forgot. It's February 2nd? I forgot. So, it's hard to talk about Chrono Cross much because I'm technically not done playing it on YouTube. But I will get to say, if you're ever scared of playing Chrono Cross because of what you heard people say on the internet about it, it's a great game. I loved it. I loved it. It's not as good as Chrono Trigger though, but that bar is so high that it's realistically not possible to be better than Chrono Trigger. But it's still really good, don't get me wrong. I love the story, even though it was a confusing mess. I loved the characters except one. And the battle system is so fun. Like, it's one of the most fun battle systems I've ever had. Of course, it has Gil, so I do love Gil. Yeah. But yeah, if you're a fan of Chrono Trigger, haven't played Chrono Cross yet, go play it. It is absolutely worth your time. The character she hates is French. No, she's not French. She just speaks in like a weird, like, she speaks in like English, but then changes some English words to French. But the French language is so stupid that it's basically just English, but with like some silent letters and some accent marks, and it's like, just speak in English. Oh my god, I hate it. I don't hate the French, I just hate the French language, okay? And also umlauts. Anyways, Chrono Cross definitely gets an A for me. Is it better than Pokemon? It's definitely better than Pokemon. So we're just gonna tentatively put that there. Okay. Oh boy. Okay, let's do the Spiral games. Okay, so these, I played these in the reignited version, but I couldn't find any box art for just the reignited Spiral 1 and 3, so I'm just using the PlayStation covers. Alright, let's talk about Spiral. You may know me as a person who likes Spiral games. That assumption would be wrong. Yeah, I know. What I really mean is that I like Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage, and almost exactly only that game, only that Spyro game is great. Every other Spyro game except Spyro 2 Ripto's Rage is good to horrible, and never anything better. So Spyro 1 and 3 are just not as good as Ripto's Rage. And I kind of like knew that already because I played all three of the games when I was a kid, but the only one I've ever went back to was Spyro 2. And when I grew up and lost a lot of memories of Spyro 1 and 3, I'm like, wait, what? Why was that? I can't really remember. So when I played in the Reignited, I was like, oh yeah, this is why I never went back to these games, because they are a mess. I think the mechanics are not as good. Okay, so the one thing that Spyro 3 really gets, that really has that the other ones don't, is the friends sections. Like, you have, like, Spyro's like different friends that you control and do special missions. I hate all the friends. Well, not like as a person, but like, I hate controlling them. I hate all their missions. They're just an absolute pain. It makes me like actively not want to play it. Aside from the skateboarding, which I hate, ironically, I think that I like the skateboarding the most about Spiral 3. I mean, it wasn't that good of a skateboarding, but I mean, like, you might as well just play like Tony Hawk, but I still enjoyed it. I don't know. I don't know. I think they honestly both go into C tier though. With Spiral 3 probably being just a little bit better than Spiral 1. Spiral 2, S tier. Spiral 1 and 3, C tier. On Into the Hunter the Cheetah, C tier. Also, I don't like Hunter the Cheetah. I think Hunter is an awful character. Yeah, fight me. Anyways, okay. Isle of Arrows. So this is a roguelike tower defense game where you basically have cards with like buildings and towers, and you put them on a map and you try to stop the army from ruining your crystal or something like that. It's very minimalistic and very like simple to control, but it's actually like a really hard game despite that, and I really enjoyed that. I did enjoy this game, but there really isn't that much content with it. At least not so. Is it still in early access? I need to look. I don't know if it's actually still in early access or not. No, I don't think it actually is in early access. So I think it's still getting like upgrades and like patch notes, but probably not going to get much else content. It would, I don't know, maybe it could, maybe it won't be. But I did enjoy this. It'll keep you entertained for like a good amount of hours. In fact, I still have a lot of things to do on it still, which I'll probably get around to eventually in 2023. But I think I'm gonna give this a good old B tier. I think it's a solid B tier. Don't have much complaints about it. It is what it is. It's what you see is what you get. It's kind of one of those games, you know what I mean? All right, Final Fantasy VI, my big stream game of the year. Final Fantasy VI was what a game. It's my second Final Fantasy game. First one being 9. I guess I'm just gonna play all the Final Fantasy games that are multiples of 3. I don't know. Maybe I'll do Final Fantasy 3 next. Actually, if anything, I think that if I do stream another Final Fantasy game, it'll either be 5 or 7. Wouldn't it be 7 be funny? It's like hugest JRPG fan plays Final Fantasy 7 for the first time. That would be funny. But anyways, 6 was really good. I really enjoyed it. The story and characters were absolutely fantastic. It just, wow. I was really blown away by how impressive it was. It had the Leith River, so S tier, yeah, the S tier for Leith River. Yeah, yep, true. The one thing I wouldn't say I didn't like about it, but I didn't exactly enjoy all of the World of Ruin section. It was kind of like a, yay, we'll get the band back together kind of section, which was, it's okay, but I don't know. I kind of like the more narrative version of the World of Balance better, if that makes sense. I kind of like the structure of going from one place to another, besides like running around with your chickens cut off and seeing what trouble you're gonna get into. Although I didn't finish World of Balance with level 40 party members. Shake my head. How dare I? Maybe I should have. Your chicken, my chicken's head cut off. Yeah, it's a phrase. Run around with the chicken with your head cut off. I don't know if I said the entire phrase. I probably didn't. But yeah, S tier for sure. Does it go? Where does it go in here though? Probably fits right here, I would say. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Alright, Marvel Snap. My favorite mobile game of the year. So basically it's a Marvel card game where you there's only 6 turns and you're trying to win the most locations by 6 turns using cards based off of Marvel characters. Apparently it's kind of like wow, I can't believe they had just that ringtone for one track. Apparently it's kind of like Gwent, which is a game that I never really played, but I was going to at one point. In fact, I think I actually was qualified for the beta of Gwent, and then I played like 10 minutes. I was like, I didn't like this. Which is fun. I think I'm still getting emails from that as well. I don't know. I don't check my emails. It's got Squirrel Girl, so S for Squirrel Girl. You know, I've been using Squirrel Girl a lot in my Patriot deck, so, you know, Squirrel Girl has been getting some use for me, actually. S for Snap. I really do enjoy it. They although the developers claim that it's impossible to get ahead in this game by being a whale, aka spending a bunch of money to get ahead. That is not true. Well, it's kind of half true and half not true. So like you can, because like to get more cards, you have to upgrade your cards as rarities, and you do that by getting credits and boosters. You get credits for doing missions or buying them, and you get booster. The only way to get boosters is through progress unlocks and by playing those cards. So technically, you could get bottlenecked from progression just by not having enough boosters, but you can pay for all the credits you want. So you can definitely be a whale and progress through the game faster than one who isn't, so that's kind of a lie, but it's definitely less worth it, if that makes sense. Squirrel Girl getting some use from me. Doof 2022. Yeah, I think it's a pretty solid game. It's been getting some pushbacks because they've been pushing some like paid bundles, some paid cosmetic bundles for like $30, $60, $100, which is insane, but it's just cosmetics. So really, I guess that's on you if you want to pay that much. I think I'll put it in A tier. It's kind of a hard game to rate, to be honest. But A tier seems pretty good. Alright, 13 Sentinels. Well, we know where it's going. I named a whole entire tier list after that. Centennial S tier. Man, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim is... Damn. Damn. Oh my god. What an absolutely amazing game. What are you doing? Yes, Kirby is S tier. Anyways, 13 Sentinels is a JRPG. Well, it's like a strategy RPG. A part strategy RPG and one super sci-fi thriller visual novel. It is such a great combination of games. And in fact, it's such a great combination of games that I might stream Digimon Survivors, which is like part like 13 Sentinels and like part Danganronpa. And you know how much I love both of those. Oh yeah, it's Fluffy. Yes, would Fluffy again, definitely. It's hard to tell. It's hard to talk about 13 Sentinels, at least story-wise, because it is the most insane story you will ever have. Like, this is like some super high sci-fi stuff. Like, it will always keep you guessing. You will never be able to predict where the story goes next. God, it is so good. It is so damn good. And all the characters are fantastic. You'll end up loving most of the characters except for that one. You know which one it is. Yeah, I don't even know how they planned a story so much, and you can go out of order and like things would like make sense. Which one? I don't know. I forgot. To be honest. I just wanted you to fill in the blank with yourself. Honestly, I kind of forgot the names of all the characters. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I can describe them, maybe, but like, yeah, okay, we know Fluffy. Yeah, I'm so forgetful. I'm so forgetful for names. I mean, it's hard enough remembering like 25 characters in this game, let alone remembering all 25 games after a year. You like how C tier is Hunter the cheetah despite not being in the first game? And the game was better because of it. That's why Spiral, oh no, okay. You're right. Spiral 1 is better than Spiral 3 just because Hunter isn't in the game. Also, yes, Yakisoba pawns. Oh. We all have a Yakisoba pawn angel. You have to find it. Also, isn't this a spoiler track? This might be. Yes, we do. Someday, Mordion, you will find your own Yakisoba pawn angel. I believe in you. Anyway, 13 Sentinels, if it sounds even remotely up your alley, you need to play this game because, God, it is so incredibly well made. I cannot praise it enough. Hope it takes you that. Alright, Fall Guys. So I put Fall Guys here because of its major free-for-all update. And like I said, I'm putting major updates in the games too. But yeah, I think Fall Guys, after its major update, I think it did become better as an overall game. The games they were harder, like the courses were harder, which I liked because it's more of a challenge and I like that. But it also like felt fresher too. Although, you know, I really thought I was gonna be like playing Fall Guys daily for like the next 3 years, but I ended up breaking my habit for Pokemon Unite, I think, which, oops, that's probably not a good trade-off. Oh well. Further stream of Fall Guys right now? Wow. Fall Guys D for D tier? Not a good trade-off. But I think at the end of the day, Fall Guys is still Fall Guys. So like, it is good. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to capture my addiction again for this game again. Like I had like previous this year, and I just can't bring myself to feel addicted to it again. I think I absolutely burnt out. You played a lot in June and then never again. Crowns just feel useless now. Oh yeah, that's another thing. Like, winning doesn't feel as good in the new update, which is so weird. I think maybe that's the reason why it ultimately fell off. That and Pokemon Unite. So I think I'm gonna give this a B tier. It's probably gonna be like the lowest B tier or something like that, but yeah. Hey, look at another Bean game, Among Us. So I did play Among Us a little bit before this year, but this was like the first year where I was like, I actually played it. Like, I feel like I actually got to play this game. You know what I mean? Among Us, it's pretty fun, I think. I don't know. I'm not that good at it. I kind of just run around and do stuff and then get yelled at for not knowing how to do tasks as a ghost. And then not seeing bodies. Maybe we should play more soon? Yeah, maybe we should. In fact... Okay, there we go. Never got those VTuber skins, by the way. Fuck. Yeah. I know everyone's sick and tired of Among Us, except for a few people who aren't. But I think it's a really good game. It's really fun. Even if I don't do well, I laugh every game because how fun it is. So, great concept, really. I'm gonna put this in the It's a Me A tier for Among Us. Maybe I should have named this the Among Us tier. Among A tier. There we go. I renamed the tier name. Hope you're happy. I like proximity chat. I wish we could try that mode. Yeah, we need to try that mode too. Someday we will all be free to play Among Us. Maybe, I don't know. All right, we're almost there. The Jackbox Party Pack 9. All right, we played this recently on stream. I think 9 is really good. In fact, it might be one of my favorites. Definitely one of my favorites because okay, we can go play by play, okay? We got the new Fibbage, which is exactly the same as the old Fibbage. But you know what? That's totally fine because Fibbage is one of the funnest games that Jackbox have. Maybe, kind of. Yeah, it's about on the same. Same as Clifford. No, not Clifford. Clifford's a Yu-Gi-Oh archetype. What am I thinking of? What is that one called? The one where you just fill in the blanks and people choose between two of them? Why can't I remember the name of that? Holy fuck, I'm brain dead. I'm gonna go insane. I can't remember it. Quiplash. There we go. Quiplash. Okay, I'm stupid. Okay, I had to look it up. Yeah, Fibbage 4 is great. Junktopia is interesting. It's kind of like Packingly Stupid, which I am a big fan of as well. Quicksort is really fun, surprisingly, but also really frustrating as well. Except when you get Skater Boy, because obviously there's an instant win then. Non-sensory is fun as well, although I think in probably phase 2 and 3 it can get like really frustrating. But that's kind of the fun of that as well. And then of course Rumorane. Rumor Rain is absolutely fantastic. Oh my god. I did not. I meant to close that, but I did not. Oh well. Oh, okay, cool. Okay. Boing. Still very happy with the Skater Boy question. It was so good. And yeah, and then Rumor Rain is obviously the steals the star of the pack. Yeah, I should do another Jackbox tier list, an updated Jackbox tier list. Someday, maybe. But I'm gonna give Jackbox a good old, I don't know. It's so hard to rate these games because, I don't know, they're kind of like more of like a party game, and party games are harder to rate than like normal games. I don't know. I'm thinking either low A or high B, but I don't really know which one I should do. Yeah, these an A. Yeah, I'll give it an A. I'll put it above at least Among Us, I think. Alright, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. I actually totally forgot. Do you ever win by selling rotten meat? True, your greatest Jackbox achievement. Oh yeah. Alright, let me get a quick drink of water. Alright, Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel. So, you probably think that I would rate this pretty high because of how much I like Yu-Gi-Oh! Well, it's, I don't know. It's really hard to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel if you are not like super into Yu-Gi-Oh! Or know much about Yu-Gi-Oh! Because to be honest, okay, so here's the thing, okay? I thought that Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel was going to be like a 1-for-1 conversion of the TCG into Yu-Gi-Oh! It is not. It is not. It is its own thing, which is kind of frustrating. But like, oh god, there's so many problems with it. There's like, monetization is bad. It's so slow. It's the ban list is awful. You have Max C, which is like, oh, I don't want to go into that because, well, anyways, it is a mess. It looks pretty. It plays pretty, but it's an absolute mess. If you say yes, then put it on the D tier, please. Okay, I'll put it on the D tier. Bet. Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel belongs on the D tier. It honestly does. Now I'll probably still play Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel in the future, just because it's Yu-Gi-Oh! It's Yu-Gi-Oh! Okay, and honestly, that's cool, but it is a mess, and I'd rather just play either Yu-Gi-Oh! In real life or on another simulator that's less flashy. Anyways, that is you didn't think you'll get this far. Alright. The Radical Dreamers, the kind of sequel to Chrono Trigger that was retconned and became Chrono. Oh, yes! Yes! Cat jam, cat jam, cat jam. Okay, sorry. I had to do that. I love that song. Anyways, okay, so it's hard to talk about Radical Dreamers because it's not gonna come out until early February on YouTube. But it is really good for what it is. It's a very oh my gosh, God, this song fills me with so much happiness. This game is really good for what it is. Now, if you don't know, it was on the Satellaview, which was a Japan-only SNES add-on that streams games from the satellite. So it's an insane console, and a lot of its media is like either like lost to time or like not released properly at all. But the Square Enix was kind enough to bundle it with Chrono Cross in the remaster, which is the first time that was ported outside of Japan. So that's really cool. Yeah, like those talks of porting it with the Chrono Trigger ports of the PS1 and the DS, but it just never came to be because the writers of it were like, I don't like this. But honestly, for what it is really good. It is really good, and hopefully when you see my my playthrough of it in February, you can appreciate it for what it is, because it is definitely cool. And with that, I think I'm gonna put it on high B tier. All right, let's delete this row. All right, let's see. Do I need to change anything? Let's start from the bottom. You know what? I said there wasn't going to be a bell curve, but there kind of is a bell curve. Either that or a really long middle finger. What a shitty list. BRB making food. No, you gotta come back and explain to me. This middle finger's for you, Phaser, unless you explain yourself. Let's start from the bottom. Yeah, I'll keep that there. Honestly, I'm gonna put Shine and Pearl above the Spiral games. We're gonna put Fall Guys above Iron Arrows. That seems about right. Okay, let's see. I think these three seems pretty correct. We'll come back to these. You know what? I'm gonna put Jackbox 9 above Marvel Snap, then Among Us. Okay, I still haven't decided if I like Arceus or Violet better. I think overall Arceus is good, but the one thing that Violet has great is like the ending is like so freaking amazing. More amazing than Arceus' ending. But I think overall I had more fun in Arceus than in Violet. So I think that's correct. Thanks for the middle finger. Alright. And now for my S tier. What am I gonna put as game of the year? Oh yeah, add a row above. Okay, I think Kirby. Okay, I think it's between Final Fantasy VI or 13 Sentinels. Oh, I'm gonna have to think long and hard about this. They're both fantastic games in so many ways. Although I think the true game of the year, the best game that did come up in 2022 is probably Tunic, for sure. But this is games I played in 2022. But if this was games just coming out in 2022, Tunic would be here. 13 Sentinels, 100%. Love middle fingers. Don't we all? Yeah, the ending of Forgotten Land is insane. I loved it. It's so great. Yeah, I think I have to agree with Morty on 13 Sentinels. One of the first games I played this year, but it is so good. It is, God, it's hard to describe just how much I love this, because deep down in the bottom of my heart, it rocked my world. It was absolutely a fantastic game. I wish I could forget it and play it all over again. That's how much I loved it. No Baldi's Basic Plus. Baldi's Basic Plus goes in it goes in B tier above Mario Party Superstars. There, are you happy? Where's Mario Kart 8 Deluxe DLC? It's not done yet. That's why it's not here. But maybe I will put it in my game of 2023. Also, I kind of regret not streaming 13 Sentinels, but at the same time, I'm kind of glad because of how much freaking voice acting it is. It'll just be nothing but plain voice acting the entire time. Also, me saying, holy fuck, what the fuck is happening every 30 minutes. So much that you could probably make a montage of it. How fitting is that the end credits comes up right as I finish the tier list. Where's Sunshine something? What are you talking about? Oh my gosh. Oh, so good. It's so good. I could listen to that all day. The Sunshine song from 13 Sentinels? Oh yeah. Didn't I cry? I think I may have cried during that time. That one time it played. Just so on brand. Alright. I'm gonna save this, and then we're gonna jump back to Persona, where we're gonna do some mementos.